Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Detroit Lions. Kicker Jake Bates has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey, 72 yards. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
That's good. For the Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
13 more yards.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle, zip a lower center of gravity, and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
He'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
2nd and a yard at the 19-yard line.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have the Lions first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
These two teams all tied after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at my coach. Well, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
Diamador Lenore up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 49ers' 26-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw. Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Goff now to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Pinero's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Again, Goff. And his throw here is incomplete.
So listen, this starts fighting them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Gone. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That is caught. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Goff. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Jamison Williams, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this. Touchdown, 49ers! Ricky Pearsall, as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Pinero's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Here's Goff. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Black 20.
The final shot before break here. Goff throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
What's that?
Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. Down to about the 22 here. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. That is caught at the 7th. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Lions, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
180.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset of it.
Taking it right down Broadway. Christian McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 65 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead with the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Bob. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Open man right side of St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down up near the 40-yard line. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
He goes to that. 180. Maverick. What's that?
Now it's gone. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
120. What's that?
A toss out right to Gibbs. To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly when the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Mike Kelly get him. It's a loss of 5. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. Down to about the 45. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. This late in the game, Trey, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the round. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
What's up?
McCaffrey running up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they're getting with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they take a knee. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And going to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. McCaffrey on the counter. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And off we go in Santa Clara. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing him a loss. First play of the game. Back to the line they come, 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
This one's sent up for Lamar. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. Looking quickly here.
That's another Baltimore first down.
This one left for Lamar. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Designed run. Jackson keeping it. We hurries forward here for a 9-yard gain. 2nd down coming up. Offense in the hurry up here. One thrown up here for Lamar. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Here's Sky Moore on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And he gets him into a good spot. Just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
1st and 10 from the 43. Off the play fake, Purdy. Completed to his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Get set.
Throw here, 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing to double coverage, odds are against you.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. Purdy trying on 4th down. Has him on the quick hitter. That'll be the first and more. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. So 21 yards and the first. What a call to go for it there on 4.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Get set.
To throw again, it's Purdy. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. That's the end of our opening quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers sent up inside the red zone. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's got it. He is the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish up their opening drive. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the 49ers start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Rasheen Ali on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
What? Come in. Hey, Ozzie.
Jackson to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a short gain.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
What? Yo.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go, and let that pass rush get home.
Ready. Sit up.
Jackson now, third and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Mark Andrews. And now they're staring at fourth and long. Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He cuts it right. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Get set. 18.
First down, Purdy to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Purdy now on second and 10. No place to go. Ravens take him down. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
Get set.
Third and long for him here. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. Purdy going to go on forward. This is Cox going right back to Pearsall. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. So they go for it on fourth, partners, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
Escapes the pocket. All the way to the right. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
Second and 6 at the 10-yard line.
This one's set up for Lamar. They're driving him closer and closer, Brock. This play made behind the line. They're now back at the 6. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. Defense nearing a stop. Need to hold once more here on third down. Just one left for Lamar. And they stop him after he picks up about 5. That's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout. Here comes the final play of our first half. The design run, Johnson keeping it. The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. Isaac Gorindo to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Isaac Gorindo on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
49ers to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
1st and 10 at the 39.
Purdy on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Kittle makes the catch. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And they take him down right along the 30.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down throw by Purdy. Gets him on the in route. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take the lead right away in half number 2. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Ali to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Lamar now from the gun. Pass pulled in by Henry. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Hits his running back. And they are on him short of that first down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. You get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down.
Offense to the line fast.
That's good for a point of first down.
Thrown up here for Lamar. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. Offense in the hurry up here.
15 yards on the play.
This one set up for Lamar. And he has this down to the 34.
You gotta make a move.
Offense up to the line fast.
13 more yards.
This one left for Lamar. And he gets this one down inside the 30. That's a gain of 5. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A 6-yard ticket brings up 2nd and 4.
Design run. Jackson keeping it. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Moore with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun is Purdy. Throwing the out route complete. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Get set. Get set. Watch out. Start.
Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up.